Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday morning's Messages of Love from Above. Hope everyone had a wonderful night or a wonderful day wherever you're at in the world. And I'm excited, as always, to see what messages Spirit brings through. So we're going to start off today as we have been sending out beautiful love out to the world. So if you'd like to join me, I welcome that. And whether you're watching this live or even on replay, it's amazing how we can all meet outside of time and space, join together to send love. So don't let that stop you. Join us if you're watching this on replay as well. So I'm going to take a big, deep breath and come back to you right here, right now. And just allow that beautiful love to cascade down from the heavens down into our hearts, fill us up and overflow out to the world. And if you yourself are in need of unconditional love energy right now for your heart, your mind, your body, a loved one, a situation, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. Just take it in like a huge hug from the Creator. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and giving me the space to do that. Before we jump into the readings, I do want to, of course, uh, share this the playlist that I put out last week. Well, this is actually for this week's too. The playlist, anyway, includes last week's weekly energy updates and the ones that just came out early this morning for next week. But the ones from last week do have the full moon impact of the Cancer full moon, which, of course, the moon rolls over the sign of Cancer. So huge, huge impact on our emotions. And whenever there's a water element, sign in the moon, impacts us anyway. But the Cancer, even more so because it rolls over it. So if you're wanting to know, well, my gosh, what can I do with this wonderful energy that's coming in, expanding your energy, check that out because it does talk about how you can use full moon energy for unveiling and releasing things as well. So I like it. And then also, I did announce this week how we are going to be doing my giveaways for a little while. So this is the video that talks about that. Basically, every 2 weeks, I'm going to be giving away at least a 30-minute personal recorded reading. And it all depends on the comments that are on that specific video. Because if I get 15 or more, then I do a giveaway for that 30-minute personal recorded, which I already have way more than 15 on that first video. If I get 30 or more, I add in an additional 45-minute. And if I get 45 or more comments on that video, then I add an hour also giveaway. So an opportunity to win some, personal recorded readings there. And then also, let me just grab these. We put out a pick a card about what Spirit wants you to know right now about abundance in 2023. So a wonderful pick a card there. And then let's see, what else did we have here? There was one I wanted to share. Let me look at the list. Oh, yeah. The other one was about love. What does Spirit want you to know about love right now in 2023? So a couple pick a cards if you haven't seen those yet. I just wanted to make sure you're aware of those. All right. So let's get going here. Let me just get my little desktop set up here. Let me pop out the chat. And we will get started on the readings. And if you're new to my channel, what I do for free readings, I do go in order, first come, first serve. And we do move on down the chat. If you do make a donation, I do honor that energy exchange and I prioritize it. Step out of line, complete that, and then step back in line and go down in order for the free readings. All right. So I think we are all good to go here. All right. So perfect. So we will get going. And actually, I'm warming up already. All that energy. Let's take that off there. All right. So the first free reading that is up here is for Rishi. Hey, hey. And oh, absolutely. Yeah, I love that idea too about an hourly gratitude. So I'm glad it helped transform things, because I think I might implement that into mine as well. Add that alarm back. So your question is investment banking the right career choice for you? All right, we'll take a look here and see, um, just spirit, if this is the career choice that is for your highest experience. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, well, you got two cards popped out here, the 10 of coins and the 10 of cups. So this seems to be here a yes, because this is very, very huge abundance in your outside world, and then also emotional fulfillment. So it looks like investment banking is the right career choice right now for you. So you just you can't make that up. It's all boom boom. So that is what they have for you. Very fast, very efficient reading there. So I do like that. Let me just check my email here. Okay, good. And so that's what they have, Rishi. So many blessings. Enjoy the journey into investment banking. All right. So VD Jalan, you are up next. Hello. What are you avoiding that can be addressed? All right. We'll take a look here. And not corrected, but I adjusted your question because there are no needs truly, that we have to address, but we can. It takes away the pressure. It's like having a to-do list. I replace it with a could-do list because need makes it feel like it's an expectation, like work, like I have to get up to something in order to be acceptable. But we're already perfect. So something that we can address, something that we can look at, just allows us to expand our life. And so it takes the pressure off and makes it feel a lot less like work and more like an adventure. So that's why I change it up to what am I avoiding that can be addressed? So let's take a look here and see. All right. Wow. All right. Well, I do like this. The you've got some some cool cards here. So you got the 5 of coins, which is the 5 of pentacles. And this is about looking at your worth, and it's a transformation that happens where we change from feelings of abandonment, feelings of being left behind or left out in the cold by humans. And it's a transformation where instead of looking for our moment by moment sustenance from humans out there and fearing that they're going to pull away that support at any moment, we go inward and upward and we realize it is the creator, it is source, the mother and father of all things that brings us what we need in each moment. And it's a very freeing uh, change, transformation, and transition because we when we depend on people in the outside world for our moment to moment sustenance, we have every right to be scared because when humans get fearful, we withdraw our support and for self-survival. And so at any moment, something can trigger someone, and suddenly that moment to moment support we were looking from them is gone. And we're like, oh my gosh, that's where that are those feelings. And I feel like they come from your past with the Six of Cups here. This is about um, old memories, nostalgia, the past that is where these beliefs come from, because people did withdraw from us, and we did have feelings of abandonment and being left behind, and those types of things when we were younger, right? And so there is this transformation that happens, that instead of looking at here, we find this beautiful unconditional eternal love that becomes our foundation of our worth and of our moment to moment sustenance, because it's eternal means it never ends, and unconditional, nothing we can do to lose it. So we don't have to fear that our sustenance is going to be pulled away from source, because one, they have endless resources, but they do also love us so much. They're going to make sure that we have what we need in each moment, as well as what even what we want sometimes. Not always what our ego wants or all our future needs in this moment, but we can trust, and we build this trust that they are going to meet what we have in each moment. Because you have the Six of Swords here too, which is great. This is moving away from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. I always love the butterflies in here. Yeah, and just as I say that, hey butterfly, hi. We love butterflies, don't we? So butterfly is the transformation of our old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, and that has to do about transforming some old emotions, realizing it wasn't their responsibility to make us feel whole and complete and not abandoned. And it's like we were looking to them for something that was not their responsibility. So that's where this transformation comes in here. And I like this too, because what this does, it allows you to walk away from emotions that no longer serve you. Those feelings of abandonment, those feelings of being left behind and out in the cold, were something we wanted to experience, and we did. And now you're ready to walk away from that and into this, the Nine of Vessels, the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. So you're walking away from those things and moving into that. So that's what you can look at, is releasing those old memories, those old individuals who, we put all that responsibility on, that they were supposed to make us feel whole and complete, not make us, experience this abandonment and all that. And like, well, no, we chose them to be our parents or whatever it was, on purpose, for a purpose, so that we could experience that. So that's what they have for you, VD. I like that. I feel like that was more than just for you and me. That's why they went into such detail. So thank you for asking that question, and many blessings to you. All right. Hey, Project Skyfalls, thank you for your donation. So as I mentioned at the beginning, we're just going to step out, complete this one, and then I'll step back in to the free readings. And Billy, you'll be the next free reading after this. So, hey, Project Skyfalls. Hello, hello. I know my voice sounds really low this morning. Got a little bit of a congestion experience going on. So let's take a look here. What do you need to know right now? What does Spirit have to tell you? All right. Okay. So they do want me to jump here to the Native Spirit deck. So let's see what they have here for you. Look at that beautiful card. So you got Dream Traveler here. Vibrant, vibrant colors. And let's see what message comes in from Spirit for you. So you are a channel for Spirit. Trust your intuition, your hunches, and your gut reactions. This is a visionary card with the message that you're on the right path, even if it doesn't always seem like it. Your higher self and your spirit guides, your ancestors and guardians are watching over you and supporting you. You are blessed and you are a blessing. You're a dreamer in the most wondrous definition of the word. Your native spirit wants you to know in earth based tribal traditions, people looked to those unique individuals who had the ability to journey during their nocturnal dreams to bring back wisdom and guidance for the tribe. The dreamers were able to step through sacred portals in the night to commune with those on the other side. And you carry the energy of the visionary, healer, and seer. Watch your dreams. Messages from the creator are flowing to you. I like it. And these come with a journey, which if this resonates, yeah, resonates with you, you can do this. So the journey says, before going to sleep, place a journal next to your bed. Most dreams are forgotten within less than 10 minutes after you wake up. So it's essential to record them as soon as you can upon waking. When the dream traveler card chooses you, it's essential to watch your dreams. Profound and even life changing messages can come through. I like it, visionary. So definitely look at that, especially now. Oh my God, I don't know about you, but this Cancer full moon, I feel like worked through the night throughout all this week, but especially Thursday, Friday, and last night too. I felt like I just dreamt all night long. Woke up going, did I even sleep? So that's why you feel little puffy bags here too. It's like could fall asleep right now, right? We could all take a nap. But definitely pay attention to your dreams because you are having a lot of communication coming through. And I like that for you. So you are being guided, you are gifted, you have a high intuition. Your spirit guides are speaking to you. So you're not going, well, are this gut instinct, are these things? Is that really from spirit or am I just making stuff up? You're not. So trust that gut, trust that intuition. Really focus in on your gifts right now because this energy is so perfect right now for you to really connect to it. So I like that, Skyfalls. Let us know what visions come through. We can hear it all. So love it, love it, love it. Thank you again so much for your donation and many, many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list of free readings. And Billy, hey, hey. So has your energy appeared in your person's reading? Okay, so yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. So you want to know if your energy has appeared in your person. So what's going on with the energy between you and your person? Okay. Well, you do have the Five of Wands, which is energy. And it's energy that at first feels a little bit conflicting, a little bit um, like firestormy, just feels maybe a little overwhelming. And I feel like this is happening in both you and them. It just, you feel something churning and changing within you. Because, of course, you have the apprentice of vessels, which should be the page of cups, new love. So there is new love that's churning within you both. And this energy is just, I feel like it's swirling, kind of like a potter's wheel. There's just, it feels like it started up where you're getting ready to create this new love. So the things are starting to spin, things are starting to unfold and come forward. And you have the champion of coins, which would be the knight of coins in the standard tarot, which does talk about, I know, patience and things unfolding slowly. It's the slowest moving night out of all three. It is movement, which is good. It's just slow movement. It takes time for it to make its way to the outside world. So you both are having this swirling that's starting within, and we change from the inside out. Things happen from the inside out, not the outside in. And that's why it takes time for the outside world to catch up to it. So just be patient as things happen, and just focus on this love that's developing within you. And as spirit always loves to talk about when we're talking about love, or even movement in job or whatever it may be, while we're waiting, we don't have to just sit there and not do anything, because that just things are slowed down and go slow for us to raise our love vibration, our self-love vibration, to increase it. And the more we work on our self-love and move it up and raise the vibration, the faster the outside world speeds up too. So I love that, because it always empowers us to, if we want things to move faster, we just work on our self-love more, and then things do speed up. Otherwise, it's like watching paint dry on a wall. It's like, yay, it's going to be a while. So I do like this for you, and that's what they have, Billy. So many, many blessings for you. And thank you guys so much also for all the thumbs up that you give in the video. It's free, and it seems like a small thing, but the YouTube algorithm absolutely loves those, just eats them up, and then it wants to share the videos of my channel with other people too as recommended videos. So it helps spread the Zen love. So thanks for being part of that love tsunami. All right. And let me just double check here. Very good. Love it, Billy. You're welcome, Skyfalls. And Vidi, you guys are welcome so much. So glad you guys are here. I don't tell you enough how much I appreciate your energy and your love. I get to sense all of you over the internet, and just to feel the love and the thirst you have for spirit is amazing. So thank you guys so much. All right, Monica, you are up. Hello. And you are getting, so are you getting frequently health upsets because of black magic? Are you a victim of black magic? Okay. What a great question. And I love that you asked that, because this can help everyone. You know, no one can impact us, with black magic and their energies. People can influence us, and out of fear, have us give our energy away. And out of fear, when we go into fear, that is more likely what is impacting you. If we fear something on our body, our little one inside of us, our little inner child, when it feels uncomfortable or unsafe, it sends alarms through our body. It sends our physical body into fight or flight mode. If you Google fight or flight, or whatever your favorite search engine is, you will see all the lists that they have out there, proven scientifically, of when our body goes into this mode, what it does. It shuts down our immune system. It shuts down our digestive system. It floods our body and our nervous system with adrenaline. Blood rushes from our brain. So we have this confusion that comes in, dry mouth, hyper awareness of things, muscle aches, because we have so much blood and adrenaline going through. It wants us to fight or run. And so we will get our bodies, it explains so much why there's so much dis-ease or disease in the world, because we are in this state of fear around emotional monsters. Before, it was all designed to keep us safe, survival mode, right? To save us from the real physical monsters of dinosaurs and lions and tigers and bears, oh my. And they have all this, physical danger that it actually helps save us from, running or fighting to protect ourselves. But over time, society has brought us in a lot of emotional monsters around relationships and what a relationship should be. Who am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to own? What kind of job, education? How am I supposed to look? Blah, blah, blah. All these fears of rejection, these emotional monsters now send us so much into fight or flight. So, when someone says, like, I'm going to put black magic on you and curse you, if we're like, oh no, they are, and we get upset and we get fearful and things, or um, other people say, I need to be able to do this magic. If you pay me $100, I will break this curse. Otherwise, you're going to have all this stuff happen to you, and your loved ones are going to die. You're going to lose everything. Blah, blah, blah. We fear. Wherever we focus our energy is what grows and expands. And so, if we believe that bullhunky mofo that they're telling us, then we feed it and we grow it through our power. But if we go like, you're weird, never mind, I don't believe any of that, then it doesn't happen. When we focus on what we're fearing, what we're missing in our lives, what we feel we're missing in our lives, or what we have in our lives that we don't want, we grow that through our power. We are so powerful. If we only knew how powerful we are, we become very dangerous, right? Because if we stop focusing on that and growing it and feeding it, and we focus on what we're grateful for, what we do want in our lives, focus on joy and laughter and peace and love, gratitude, all that expands and grows in our life. So I really feel with all of that, that's what Spirit wanted us to know. And had a great conversation too with an individual, a friend of mine in India, and that a lot of uh, we can use astrology, numerology, and different things like that to uh, place fear in people. Because some people will use information and go, oh, this is what is going on, and you're cursed, or you have this stuff in your life. Let me remove that for you for 12 easy payments of $9.99. And it's like people will take advantage and try to manipulate us through fear to take our energy. And so you don't have to do that. And a great example that they've given too, and I feel like they're going into detail here for all of us here, which is um, they showed me, because I love vampires. I've always, since I was a little boy. And so they show us that a vampire comes to our door. And in this scenario, vampires, we have to give them permission to enter our home for them to come in, right? And so they knock on the door or ring the doorbell, and we look through the little peephole, and we see it's a vampire, and we're like, so in that scenario, I can go, whatever. I'm not opening the door. I'm not, going to give you even any of my energy or my time. And then we go about our business. Or we open the door and the vampire's there and they're like, invite me in. And you're like, I don't think so. I don't have to invite you in, and slam the door. That's scenario number 2, right? Scenario number 3 is we open the door and they say, invite me in. And we're like, no. And they're like, you have to invite me in. And we're like, okay, come in. And then we become their meal. We give them our power, our energy. Well, I love though in movies, when you can uninvite them and they get thrown out the door. So I love the power that comes in a scenario too, that if I've allowed them to come into my home, I can remove that permission and they have to leave my home as well. The other scenario they gave, again, this would be number 4, is we go, no. And they're like, yes. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to invite you in. And they're like, well, according to this contract, which is in their handwriting, or these rules, if you do not invite me in, you have to give me 2 bags of blood. And so they throw the little bags of, to give them blood. And you're like, oh, okay. And then so we, take the blood and we give them the blood bags, and they stick a straw in there and they take that blood energy, and then they throw it back to us and go, okay, I need 2 more. And we can continue to give them our energy because we're choosing to, because we could be like in the first scenario, no. And so see the power. We're the ones that give our energy away. No one can take it from us. We um, can only be a victim of black magic if we want to enjoy the journey of feeling like a victim to black magic. And then when we're done experiencing being a victim to black magic, then we're like, okay, I'm done. But we hold the power. But people will try to manipulate us through fear. And the card that came out for you is the Empress, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, the power of you, the power of harvest, taking care of yourself. So I really feel like this is them saying, you are the one who gets to nurture yourself. You're the one who holds the power, new birth, and I feel like this brings freedom for you too. So that is what they have for you. So thank you again so much for that question, Monica, because I believe it helps any of us that hear that to know we hold the power, no one else over our life. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Hey, LA, welcome, welcome. Thank you for your donation. So we will step out and complete your reading, and then we'll be back for the next free reading, will be April Lester. All right. So, LA, you are very welcome, Monica. I'm excited, but no one's going to mess with you now. Boom, power. All right. So let's take a look here. You're very welcome, Billy. So what are your strengths that you can lean into? All right. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Yeah, I like it. So you do have you have both the Wheel of Fortune and you have the Five of Coins and the Five of Swords, and these are wonderful change cards, right? It's changing about your worth and changing about your thoughts and your beliefs and mindsets. And I feel like this is all about the story of the Wheel of Fortune. And the story of the Wheel of Fortune is that before you come down here, your soul chooses you to be its avatar, to be this character that it's going to experience this life through. You are a part of your higher self, but it's more like the top pinky piece of our human existence that we just dip down into this human existence. Such a small piece of who we really are. But your higher self, your soul, does choose all these fated events that it wants to experience here in order for it to understand itself more. I always talk about this tapestry back here. You know, we are beings of unconditional love, but we don't realize we're beings of unconditional love until we come down here and experience conditional love, our opposites. It's like you don't realize you're breathing air till you're 6 feet underwater and going, that is air because this is non-air. So we understand the contrast by experiencing the opposite. And so there's all these fated events that happen and that it wants us to experience as it goes through. But I feel like what the strength is the strength of our power of choice, because what the Wheel of Fortune, one of the big things that it brings in that they're wanting to bring up is that no matter what fated event is unfolding, we still hold this amazing power to choose what story we apply to any situation and what emotion we want to choose as we go through it. But I know when they first told me that, I'm like, I don't feel like I'm making a choice. This thing happens. This is what it means. This thing happens. This is how I feel. Where am I making the choice? And they're very gentle. They sat me down and just showed how all of us, all these human children that we are, we're just inundated and given all of this opinion when we're younger around what something is supposed to mean when it happens and how we're supposed to feel as we go through it. Opinion. We're given all these opinions over and over and over again until we take it on as our own opinion. We're children. We don't know any better. We're like, okay, Thank you. And sometimes even contradictory opinions, which is even more confusing for us. But we have all these opinions we take on, and we start uh, believing this is what it means and this is how I'm supposed to feel enough, where we actually take it on as our habit of that's what we think and feel. And then it becomes our reaction where it happens so fast. When this thing happens, that's how I feel. When this thing happens, this is what it means. It doesn't feel like I'm making a choice, but it's a habit. And so we have this power to choose what we want to something to mean and what we want to feel as we go through it. And if we slow down time, if we slow down and start creating new habits around things, then we have this power that comes in. We don't fear as much of what comes for the future because we do feel out of control when we feel like we don't have a choice about what something means and how we feel about it. So when something comes around the corner, it's like, oh, this is how I have to feel. This is how what it has to mean. So, we feel like we're people are pulling strings. The outside world is pulling the strings of what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling. Oh no, and it is that feels out of control, like we are on an out of control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and explode because we feel like we are not in control, and that's what we're taught. You can't choose what you think or how you feel. But now this power comes in, and you realize, I get to choose what something means. I get to choose how I feel. And now I realize it's not, life is not so much a drama train where I'm a victim to what happens in the world because it's all happening to me. We realize I get to choose, and we're more like on a monorail train at Disney World that is attached to the tracks. It doesn't go flying, and it has its exact faded times of when it stops, and it's always perfect timing. And we realize life happens for us rather than to us, and we get this power that comes in. So, when we're talking about a strength that they want you to lean into right now, it is this power to choose. And it's very transformative because it does impact, the 5 of swords is the conflicts we have with other people trying to prove that those opinions, are little small t truths that we were given about what something is supposed to mean. When it happens, we start seeing things from a higher perspective. This is the ace of swords. This is where we realize we hold the power to choose what things mean, and it frees you like the butterflies, and you no longer have a conflict with people when they're like, oh no no, this is how you're supposed to think about that, and you're like, okay, enjoy. You don't feel like I have to battle, like, no no, this is what this has to mean. You realize that everyone gets to choose, and who am I to go into a restaurant and tell people, no no, this is what you're supposed to eat. Well, let them eat whatever they're gonna eat. You get to order what you wanna order. Someone comes over to you in a restaurant and goes, "This is what you should order." You're like, "Well, thanks for your opinion. Have a nice day." We don't have to go, "Oh, no, I don't want that. This is what I'm gonna order," and battle over it. You just allow people to thank them for their opinion and then order what you want anyway. And then you have the 5 of coins, which is all about, feelings of abandonment and our worth. And, again, this is more the stories of our worth and the definition about, things in the outside world when people are saying, when that happens, this is what it means about you. And you're just like, okay, if that's what you want to believe, but you get to choose. So I feel like rather than, I know, like the what are my strengths, I feel like they were, we want to know the specific gifts and different things, but I really feel they're zeroing in, wanting you to know this power that you have because it impacts your love life, your education, your job, your body, your possessions, your bank account. I mean, this power, this strength that you have to choose impacts your entire life in every direction. And that is what they're wanting you to know today, LA, is that you hold the power in each moment. Each fated event that unfolds, you get to choose what it means and how you feel as you go through it. And even though there's the fates bring all these wonderful situations, you get to color it in. It's like a coloring book. There's this they give you the outline, but you get to take the crayons and you get to color it how you want to. And so whatever fated event comes, it's like, oh well, it's like getting a paint by number if you guys ever had those when you were growing up and you look at it and you're like, okay, the one has to be the number one, the blue. So let me color all this, let me do all that. And then here's the number two, because this is what it's supposed to look like. They give you all the directions and instructions. But I was a little rebel. I'm like, "Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna make it have this. I'm gonna use that for this." And it turned out nothing like the what it was supposed to look like. But what a blast. What a wonderful freeing thing we have to do that. So that's what they have for you, LA. Thank you so much for your donation. And I love those messages. I feel like that's for more than just you and me. That's why they go into such detail about things too. So thank you for asking that question, and many blessings to you. All right, let's take a quick sip here. And we'll continue down the list. So April Lester, you are the next free reading. Hello. So you had an interesting morning where your husband and you didn't hear his alarm go off for his work. And for the first time, he was late. Oh no. So you'd like some guidance on what was this? Why didn't you hear the alarm, either of you? Let's take a look here. I really feel that it had to do with the moon. The Cancer full moon that happened here. I know with all the dreaming, everything that happens around a full moon, Cancer full moon takes you deep into your emotions, almost like takes you way, way far away from reality. And and I feel that because the nurturer comes in here. And the nurturer, Mother Luna is the moon, and this kind of jumped out to me looking like the full moon. So there's like, you were out among the stars. Both of you were so far away that you didn't hear the alarm go off because you're just like, you were so out of your human mind that it didn't register. It didn't bring you back into that. So um, I just feel like that is what happened in this specific case, because you do have sevens here, which you have the seven of coins and the seven of vessels. Sevens are like, when if you have six, which you'd have like three on one side and three on another, there's this smooth movement, things move smoothly. But this thing happened here, which put a block right in between here. I almost feel like there's like uh the blocks were like them sticking their fingers in your ears where you didn't hear things right because of this um energy that you guys were dealing with here. But the seven of coins and the seven of vessels coming in here just has this message with this, that everything happens on purpose for a purpose. And what fears, what emotions have popped up from this is for you. So you can look at, like, what are we fearing? You know, so they were, late for the first time. What are we afraid of? Or, what is really at the core and bubbling underneath there? Why is there so much, uh, you know, uh, power behind this event? Well, we're afraid, what if he gets fired? What happens? We'll lose our home, we'll lose this, we'll lose that, we're going to starve to death, and what will people think of, blah 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 blah. Right, there's all these bubbling fears that get to come up to the surface, that are always bubbling around underneath, impacting us, but you don't realize they're there until something pokes you and brings it up, brings it to your face. That's what when we have the three on each side and that seven comes in, it's this big block that you can't get past. And there could be, Oh, I failed, my husband, I didn't hear it and wake them up, so it's I fear, what do they think about me? I'm failing. I wasn't who I'm supposed to be. And it's like, you know what? They didn't hear it either. So maybe it wasn't set. I think it was. I think you guys, again, the moon, you were just so tired that you just didn't hear it. But it comes and it happens on purpose for a purpose for you to look at those fears that are bubbling underneath so that you can bring them and go, okay, I see them now. And now they move from the subconscious to the conscious. And then they just kind of take care of themselves, where you don't have this fears bubbling and impacting you like they were. So that's what they have for you, April. So thank you for the question and many blessings to you. All right. So, Himakshi, you're the next free reading coming up. Yeah, there you go. Perfect, April. I love it. All right. So, Himakshi, hello. You can get a general reading. And I feel like we're going to pull from the Path of the Soul deck here. Let's see. I call these the spiritual ink blot test. So, whatever shows up in the card for you, what you see is a special message for you or anyone else that sees this. All right. Well, what a beautiful card here. So I'll try to zoom in here so you can kind of see that. That is card number 15. And this is called Revelations. So there are new beginnings ahead, and the veil is being lifted to reveal something new that was previously not available to you. In one way, this can relate to a new environment, such as moving to a new location or changing jobs. However, it can also denote the revelation and revealing of a new perspective. That what you previously held as truth was only a portion of the whole. All is being revealed to you now. So from here, you can operate with a new view, seeing things as they really are. So, whatever this is that's been, I feel like, moving and shaking in your life, you are having new awareness around things, new perspectives around things. And because of that, that changes the energy and allows things like that felt stuck before, allows movement. So whatever this block is, whatever you've been feeling like has been stagnant and or you're not able to move beyond, take a deep breath, take a step back, open yourself up to seeing things from a different perspective, and then you see things change. You see things really start to move. So I like that for you. That's what they have for you. Easy breezy, right? All right. So that is what they have. Many blessings to you, Himakshi. All right. So, Lightworker, thank you so much for your donation. So, we will step out and complete that. The next free reading will be Toshi. So, we'll come back to you in a moment. So, Lightworker, thank you for that donation. And so, what do we see for romance in the next 60 days? All right. So, let's take a look here. And good afternoon and Happy New Year to you as well. I see your other comments there. So, let's see what Spirit has for you regarding relationships, romance in the next 60 days. All right, let's see what we have. All right. Well, we do see here, you do have romance coming up here in within 60 days. You do have a hermit time going on now. So I feel like almost like it's day 59 is when this comes in. Maybe not that extreme, but it's like towards the end of the 60 days. Because with these cards here, they do have some things to look at here, some things to shine light on here during your this hermit time, this pulling back that they want to be able to shine light on things to help this come to fruition, for this to intertwine here, right? So I like that. And one of the areas here that you've been working on here with the Four of Swords, the Four of Swords is kind of like a peace of mind card, but it comes about with this because this Ace of Swords helps cut away some expectations, some old thoughts, and some old beliefs and mindsets that are rooted in the fears of losing like a conditional love. But these thoughts and beliefs have to do with this Five of Coins, which we've been talking about quite a bit here in this session, which is about how we perceive where we get our sustenance from, who actually brings us what we need in each moment, not necessarily what we want, but what we need in each moment. Where does that come from? Does it come from the outside world, these humans who, at any moment can flip out in fear and withdraw their support from us? And when we believe that it's humans that bring us what we need, we do live in a state of anxiety because we've experienced in the past, uh, you know, people who have done that, because these feelings can feel like abandonment, being left behind, being left out in the cold, type of feelings, which is what happens when, they're showing me um, like a parent yelling at a child like in a store. And I read somewhere which really stuck with me. Obviously, they're poking it to bring it back to my memory, because it's like when a parent yells at a child, they just alienate themselves from the child. The child is no longer there, and neither is the parent, because the parent is "Rah, rah, 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 rah," and the child just goes walls come up because they're like, this scary person is yelling and I'm not listening to him right now because I have this wall that goes up. And so, this abandonment feeling that we have happens when, parents do that, when these things happen when we're younger, right? So there is this freedom that is coming in through this process because you're realizing that it's creator, source, the divine mother and father of all things that brings us what we need in each moment, and not these humans. And this love is eternal and unconditional, so stable. They're not going to pull away what we need in each moment, because they love us so much. And then they're not going to, we don't lose it in any way ever. And they always also, in addition to giving us what we uh, need, they also want to give us what we want in some cases too. And we just may not have everything that our ego is saying, all that. So there's this freedom that's coming in here, that they're having you look at the worth and where you get your sustenance from. And this is what helps you with romance, because a lot of times we're taught, oh, it's this other special one that's going to give me everything I need and make me feel whole and complete. And then we face the disappointment when they don't, because it's not their job. They are not the ones that are supposed to bring us what we need in each moment. We find that inward and upward. And then whatever they bring us on the outside is just above and beyond. So it does transform things. And again, so here's that Ace of Swords, which is pretty funny, right? That here we have the one thing they're talking about. Here's the Ace of Swords, bringing you higher awareness around thoughts and beliefs around this, letting go in of the fearful supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's, and musts, connecting to the wisdom, the knowledge of the capital T truths, which are rooted in unconditional love from above. Well, here's the Ace of Swords coming in again, right? Here it is. It's like, hello. So we're also teaching you about the Six of Coins. And whenever this comes up in a relationship romance reading, it's my codependency awareness card. And so also during the next 59 days, I'm glad you have a sense of humor because I saw you laugh there. This is them showing you the awareness of the tendency to overgive and feel like you have to overgive in a relationship. It's I call it the exchange rate of love and attention that we're taught when we're younger, that you have to give 100 of something to deserve one back. And again, this goes back to our childhood, when whether it was a parent or grandparents or teachers or coaches or siblings or friends, whatever it was, where you had to over give in order to get a little bit back. And as children, we just are like, okay, that's the exchange rate. That's what it's supposed to be. And so we take that and it goes into our subconscious, and it exists down there, beneath the surface, and it goes into school, maybe, where you felt you had to overachieve to feel worthy, or into work later, where you have to be an overachiever to deserve things, and then definitely into relationships, friends, romance, whatever it may be. I have to overgive to deserve a little bit. And that impacts us because uh, when in a codependent relationship, and I'm a recovering enabler in codependency, as I talk about, and even like I tend to overgive. Even I had to get reminded from spirit to balance, because I was going 2.5 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours in these sessions and every night, and doing all these other videos, and they're like, you're overgiving, why do you feel you have to do it? And I'm like, well, isn't that what you want from me? And they're like, balance. And I'm like, oh no, that's scary. And that's what happens, is we tend to feel, in order to feel worthy and to feel, that we have to give this and over and over give. But how it impacts our relationships, especially romantic ones, we like, they also want to give to us. It's usually, we move into a relationship, it's adult to adult, but it quickly becomes parent child, where we become mama bird, daddy bird, and we want to give to baby bird. And they like, okay, well, I'm going to give back. And we're like, no, no, I give to you. You can't give much back to me, because I have to give you 100 to deserve one back. If you want to give me 10, whew, that means I have to give you 1,000. They're like, well, I want to give you 100. And like, oh my God, that means I have to give you 10,000. I don't have the energy or the capacity to do that. So we limit how much they give to us. And our side, of course, we give and we give and we give until we're exhausted. And then we give and we give and we give until we're resentful. Yay. But without allowing them to give back as much as they want to give, well, they need to feel that wonderfulness, and they start giving it to other people. Either like at work and become a workaholic, or they will like go to the gym a whole bunch, or they will go spend a lot of time with their friends. And we get resentful. It's like, well, I don't want you to give all that to other people. I don't want, I just can't, you just can't give it to me, but I don't want you to give it anywhere else. Well, they need to feel good too. So they end up giving into all those other things, and then sometimes to other people, like an affair. So that's kind of the experience there. And that's what they're having you look at during these 59 days. Because as you go back and look at, why do I have that exchange rate? And you're like, oh, for me, it was my parents. And it came through in a counseling session, where my counselor, she, just asked, well, because mine was about work, is where it came about, of all things, uh, which I realized it was also impacting on my past relationships, was, why do I have an extreme, like, how mine came about was like, they would listen to 10 of our phone calls, and if there was, for quality, and I usually excuse me, was 10 out of 10 perfect calls. When I'd get 9 out of 10 and there was something, I would print out the feedback, highlight it, put it up on my board so that it was in there, and I would just overdo it. And I happened to get one of those back when I was going to counseling, and I go, I need you to help me with these extreme perfectionism. And they just basically asked, um, how was your relationship with your parents? And I'm like, They go, "I know it sounds cliche, but how was it?" And I'm like, "Well, I didn't have a whole lot of attention, but, I had to do extreme things to get their attention, and then everything just started unfolding, how I was trying to do extreme things at work to get attention, extreme things in relationships to get attention, whatever it was, it just all, came flooding in. So, I love this, awareness here. Okay. Very good. Okay. Beautiful. I'm just catching up here with what you've typed here. Wow, yeah. Freedom. Freedom is coming because it is. It's beautiful when you realize you get to adjust that exchange rate, excuse me, from like 100 to 1 or 1,000 to 1. It feels like, to 1 to 1. I can, instead of being in this mother child relationship with our romantic relationships, or anyone, we get to be adult to adult, human to human, one on one. And so I love this for you. And this is like it kind of feels like relationships are going slow, and it's happening because we get tired of doing what we've always done and getting what we always have gotten. But that's why there's this holding period, like for the 60 days, right? Where it's like, uh, because you're raising your vibration, you'll attract new things in, because you don't need the old mirrors anymore, the old experiences. You're going to have amazing, amazing ones. So I love this for you, light worker. Day 59, you're going to be like, woohoo! Absolutely, absolutely. And thank you. When they go into this much detail too, it was more than for just you and me as well. So thank you for asking the question. And because this did come through probably for more than just us. So thank you again for your donation, and many, many blessings, Jim. Excited for your journey. So many blessings. All right, we do have another donation. So let me just take a quick sip here. And we are at the top of the first hour. So before I take care of you, lovely, lovey, I do like to let everyone know I'm going to be on for 2 hours. So I'll be on for about another hour. But as you've seen, that this is how it works. I go in order, and free readings first come, first serve. But if you do make a donation, I honor that energy exchange, and I step outside of the free readings, complete the donations, and then step back in line and continue to go down. So I like to make sure everyone's aware of that, in case you have come in new from when I announced it or talked about it at the beginning of the session as well. So that's your public service announcement. So back to the readings now. All right, lovely, lovey. Thank you for your donation. Any legal outcomes this month for your family? All right. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know about any legal outcomes. That's interesting. Excuse me so much. Sorry about you're hearing me clear my throat. So you've got 3, 4, 5, and it's like saying that things are unfolding in unique ways and in order. So I feel like for this month, I feel like there's a um, things are kind of happening slower than anticipated. We have the Three of Coins, which is about authenticity, and this is like uniqueness. So I feel like when we're talking about family, if there's multiple ones, this is talking about that they're all going to, of course, unfold individually and uniquely for each individual. I almost feel like there's this support that's coming in too, because this can relate to community. And so there's some rallying going on, people supporting, people coming together for you. But I feel like there's still like a delay that's happening because the Four of Vessels, the Four of Cups, kind of shows the Three of Cups that are up on the wall. That these feel empty, these feel unfulfilled, like empty. And so I feel like there's still some things that need to happen. The fourth cup, the Ace of Cups, does come in and is being offered from the universe. And it's like when these things are unfolding slowly, it is for us to look inward and upward and to, when things go like feel like they're, what do they call it? Molasses in winter. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like molasses freezes. It goes slow enough, but when it's cold, it feels like it's hardly even moving at all. And that's what's kind of coming here when it's slow and happening that way. It is about turning inward and working on our fears, our self-love, understanding what are our thoughts and our beliefs around what are happening. And the Hierophant, the Proclaimer number 5 here, has some to do with looking inward and finding our inner truth. Each of us finding our own capital T truths, not all the mindsets, not all the things that we're told about, supposed to, and should, and need to, and have to. But it's really when we have events that happen, it's to turn us inward and look at it. In fact, um, earlier this morning, I was reading something, and it was actually I do little mini readings on myself every morning. And what came through was talking about, and I wrote it down, and I know this is going to come up in the reading today, and here it is, because it talks about almost all change comes out of turmoil. Chaos brings change, and out of chaos arises illumination and transformation. And so this chaos that's been coming into your life, is about illumination and transformation, understanding each individual that's going through things, is understanding what is your truth about life, the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the musts. And so the Hierophant here, which also is about judgment and rules and things like that, they're saying that everything is happening in order for you to really dig deep within yourselves, and there's a delay. So, yeah, no, yeah, very clear. No outcomes this month in January because it's all being delayed to turn you inward, to look at why, what's coming up in this, what of these fears do we have around the situation. It's coming up for you to look at, each of you to look at what fears are coming up, this chaos, the legal stuff that has happened, and all of this is for your illumination, for your awareness to rise around life. And so that's why this stuff is happening. Because you also have excuse me, the revealer, which is the high priestess. She steps back and looks into things, dives deep within her heart and connection to spirit and all of that as well. So, all of this, it's like there's a delay this month. Um, things are unfolding in order. So they wanted you to show the 3, the 4, the 5, that things are unfolding on purpose for a purpose, but there's a delay this month because it's still, um, things are slow for you to look within each of you to understand your fears and what illumination and awareness, um, this is all happening on purpose for you guys. Yeah. Well, and that makes total sense though, because it's out of your hands. So feeling out of control. Every single one of you, I can guarantee, is facing fears around outcome, right? and feeling out of control. That's the mirror. That's what the reason for the delay is. For you to look at it inside. What am I fearing? Why am I fearing it? Um, what are all these opinions, these stories, these thoughts, these beliefs? What is the higher truth that I can see through all this experience, through this chaos, through these experiences? The feeling of feeling out of control. Why do I feel I need to be in control of all those things? So this is what's coming in here for you. You do have the keeper of coins, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, which also is about nurturing each individual self, and new birth and things will come from this. But this is a positive card that ultimately, at the end, you will see it as a new birth, see it as beneficial and bringing significant birth and change for each individual of you. But this is all about each of you focusing on what you're learning through this, and that there is a delayed outcome because of that. Okay, good. All right. So that is what they have for you, lovely, lovely. I know it's like, well, I'd rather just heard like, yes, there's a great outcome and it's all wonderful and it's happening today, but that's not how the journey is going, unfortunately. So many blessings. Hang in there. Sending you lots of love. And again, thank you so much for your donation. Lovely, lovely. All right. So we'll continue going to the free readings. And Toshi, you are up next. Hello. And you'd like the reading for health, finance, and career for you and your family. All right, let's see what they have for you here. What does Spirit want you to know about health, finance, career for you and family? Well, I do like that you have the 9 of vessels, which is the 9 of cups. So wish fulfillment cards. So there's a lot of great things coming for you guys regarding health and finance and career. A lot of things coming your way. There is a journey to get there, of course, because how boring would it be if you just got it all, right? Because you have the devil card here and the keeper of swords, which would be the queen of swords. And I like this, that we see what looks like scissors, right? So the devil card, the shadow card, what that is, it's Saturn energy, which Saturn is the worker planet out of all of our astrology. They are the taskmaster and they come in whatever area of our life. So health, finance, career, for each and every individual one of you, it gets rattled and shaken. These beliefs and mindsets about how things are supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be, all this that we are taught when we're younger, Saturn comes in and goes, all right, so we're going to shake it all up so you question and look at your beliefs around health, finance, and career. And as you do so, you start to question these thoughts and beliefs, the supposed to, should, need to, have to, must around each one of those. And the usually the double card will show people with like chains around their neck that are very loose where you can just take them off, or someone in a cage with the door wide open. It shows that all the cage and the chains are our thoughts and our beliefs and our mindsets that we grew up around each of those subjects. And the Saturn, the devil card, the shadow comes in to rattle it, to make us realize, oh, there is a chain around my neck. Oh, I am in a cage. I didn't even realize it. And it allows us to step out of and escape those. And it's the perfect card, the perfect person to come in here for you is the Queen of Swords, because she balances heart and mind. But she usually has the Ace of Swords in her hands, which allows her to see things from a higher perspective around thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets, and allows her to question, why do I believe that? What are these blocks that are here? These, all these small t truths, which are the fears that we have around these areas, and the fears of losing conditional love, the fears around health, the fears around finance, the fears around career. And what if I don't meet up to those? All those opinions that we've had around them. And she, with that Ace of Swords, is able to cut away those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets that have been restricting, been keeping us small. And then when doing that, it allows and just opens up that, that allows us to step outside of that cage, and head in directions that are so much more freer. We don't feel so trapped and blinded and bound. We are able to move forward in so many different places. So this overall reading, just for all the health, the finance, the career, for your entire family, every single one is going through this kind of Saturn challenging of those things, on purpose, for a purpose, to find freedom. And Saturn is great. They're a taskmaster, but they also have reward at the end. So if they give you all this work to do, if we do it, then there's this huge reward, not only of just freedom, but movement in health, movement in finances, movement in career. So that's what they have for you, Toshi. So I like it. Many, many blessings for you. All right. So Marie, you'll be the next free reading coming up here. And there we go. And you like a general reading? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. I do want to go to the Divine Guidance deck. This is one of my spiritual inkblot decks that I like. So whatever you see in the picture is special for you, and then we'll also read from the book. So for Marie, what would you like Marie to know today? Okay. Wow, look at this beautiful card. Let's see if I can get it to focus so you can see the true beauty of it. Maybe there it goes. Love, love, love it. Card number 7. So this is called Heart Mind. So learning to operate from the heart is one of the most single most things that we can do. And it is now time to activate your heart chakra to its fullest potential. Spirit is asking that you take time to sit within the energy of your heart. Learn to breathe through your heart while you meditate by focusing your breath in your heart. Feel the loving energy you inhale and allow it to fill you. Let each exhale also be love-filled, and feel this love filling the space around you. Through this daily exercise, you become one with your heart mind, operating fully from a place of love. Wow, I like that. And there is this, energy around that when we can be making so many decisions from our mind and the supposed to be and should be and all these opinions, that we don't live, we exist, and we feel like we're checking off boxes of, okay, just doing so much just to get back to zero because of all these expectations. We feel we have to do all this stuff just to meet expectations. But when we drop those and get out of the mind and into the heart, we, instead of feeling like there's all this stuff we have to do just to get to up here, instead, with low expectations, everything we do, we live in such abundance instead of feeling like we live in lack. We start to feel like we're living instead of existing. We let our heart sing, and we do make choices that just bring such joy and brightness into our life. And I feel like that's what's happening right now, is you're really allowing your heart to have a seat at the table, and even giving it more like they're, have more shares in the decision making. So the heart gets to make decisions over the mind. And so I like that for you. So that's what they have for you today, Marie. I like it. So many blessings to you. All right, we'll continue moving down the list. You're very welcome, Toshi. All right. So Brenda, hello. So you are up next. Let me take another quick sip here. So what are the energies of your home currently? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you. right. So what are the energies of your home currently? All these cards came flying out. So you do have the Four of Wands coming in, which there is this is stabilized energy. Think of a four as like four table with four huge legs on it. It's a very solid foundation energetically. And I feel like right now in this moment, you've got this very strong foundation, joy, celebration, doing that. It's also the marriage type of card. So I feel like there's energy around marriage, maybe a wedding coming up or thoughts about wedding and marriage and things coming in too with all of this. But I like the candle. We'll keep a light on for you to help guide you home, right? And so there is this beautiful, beautiful, just solid, stable energy in this moment in your home right now. So as you're reading this and watching this, right? So that is what they have for you right now with the energies. So I like that for you, Brenda. All right. So many, many blessings. Right? Self-love. You're the next free reading coming up here. You're welcome, Marie. And let's take a look. What are V's feelings towards you, self-love? Let's take a look. See what they're feeling right here, right now. What are they feeling for you? Okay. Well, it looks like they go back and forth with their energy here. Two of Wands is wherever we focus our energy is what grows. And so I feel like it depends on the moment with them. I guess that's why they said right here, right now, in this moment, this is how they feel. But it's like they go back and forth. On one hand, there's a lot of energy and a lot of passion that comes in. But then on the other side, they go into their fears with the Nine of Swords, which is known as like the insomnia card or the nightmare card, which is where they you know, are focusing on all their fears of losing conditional love. So they've evidently had, fears from the past, spawned from when they were all children, right? But they've been reinforced over time and time again. And so they have a lot of fears that come in too. That so they go back and forth between fears of being disappointed again, being betrayed, heartbroken, disappointment, all those fears that we have around relationship that just, uh, you know, show, the nine-headed dragon, all of a sudden appears around relationships. So they move from passion and excitement to, but oh no, so they go back and forth between those two. So a lot of fears for them to overcome, which when you look at the Nine of Swords, they're like one sword away from being the Ten of Swords, which is ultimate exhaustion, and they're ready just to give up on all these expectations and these fears of losing conditional love. So they're at this point of extreme fear that eventually it brings us where we're just sick and tired of feeling sick and tired about life and where all these fears exist. So they're on the verge of a breakthrough, but they're going back and forth right now. So that's what they have for you, self-love. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. Many blessings to you. The next one up for the free reading is Shravani Nagosi. So what is your destiny in the near future? All right. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know here. And thanks again, all of you that have given this video a thumbs up. It definitely helps spread the beautiful Zen love to the world. And it's a little thing, but the YouTube algorithm loves it and it helps share the videos of the channel with others. So thank you so much for being a part of the tsunami of love that we send out. So appreciate it. All right, Sharani, let's take a look here. All right. I'm glad that came in after that other card. I know, so mysterious. Oh my gosh. So let's take a look here. Okay. Okay. I like this. So the first card you got that I was like, whoa, here we go. You got the Tower card, which is things being moved out of your life, and things, being moved in to your life. So endings and beginnings, sudden movement, sudden things happening. This is your destiny. Some things are shaking up. And I was like, okay, what's going to happen? We got Ace of Wands, which is perfect to come after an ending and new beginning kind of card, because this is new passion, new desire, new movement, new energy. So this is a great card. This means you have a great new beginning that happens that does require people or situations or things to be moved out of your way so that they're out of your path that are blocking you so you can move forward, or that it's people are being moved out, or things being situations being moved out, whatever it may be, to make space for this new to come in. So in this near future, when you have something suddenly change, just go, wait, this, I knew this was coming, this is happening for me, because there's something new and exciting that's going to come into, in place of it, or that I'm going to get to move forward in a direction that's so much more in alignment for my next part of my journey. And I like that. And I was like, okay. And then you got the death card come. I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, definitely you have an endings and new beginnings coming in here. I mean, both of these cards are so, I mean, they're major arcana, which means it's not little small piddly stuff either. It's significant things happening for you, for this rebirth, for this change that's coming in. And do you have nothing to be afraid of with it all, because you have the Star card, which is wish fulfillment coming in because of this, and 10 of coins, abundance happening as well. So just know, definitely whatever is coming up here with these sudden significant endings and changes is so much for you, so much for you. You're just going to, while the burning is happening of the tower burning down, I know it can be scary, but when you realize it was an old tower that was falling apart anyway, and the gas was leaking and the roof was leaking water, and there were rats, and you know uh, floors were caving in. When that lightning bolt came and burnt down the tower, it gets replaced with an upgraded, beautiful new castle. You're like, it's okay, I know this was happening. The destruction needed to come on that tower to bring me something so much more beautiful for my life. So I like that for you, Shwani. So when the lightning strikes, just go, okay, castle, new beautiful castle's coming for me. And that's what's coming. So I like it. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the free readings. And Christy, hello. Hello, hello. And a general reading. Absolutely. That really, you are getting called upon here by the Native Spirit Oracle. Let's see what they have for you here. For Christy, what would you like them to know right now? Okay. And they also, you get a Power of Surrender card too. Oh, okay. Okay. So we'll read the Power of Surrender card first, which is surrender your attachment to results. Beautiful card there. And it says the formula for success is to do all you can do to make things happen and then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. And yeah, it's like letting go of the how. Do whatever you can, and then you let the universe take care of the rest. You don't have to do it all alone, definitely. And then your beautiful card here from the native spirit is the white buffalo. And this one is about abundance and security flowing into your life. All things are possible. Balance and harmony prevail. You may be called upon to stand up for others, but you can do this because you have the support of many beings in the spirit realm. So, again, letting them help, right? And the Native spirit wants you to know that in Native American traditions, there are prophecies about the coming of the white buffalo, especially among the Lakota, Dakota, and Nakota, or the Sioux. And there's a legend that the white buffalo calf woman, a mystical being, came to the people a very long time ago when they were out of balance. She gifted the people with a sacred bundle containing the white buffalo calf pipe to help restore the balance. Upon leaving, the white buffalo calf woman prophesied that she will return at the end of an age and that she will appear as a white buffalo calf. In recent times, white buffalo calves have been born, leading many to believe that this is the beginning of a new time. When this card chooses you, it's an honor, for it speaks of a time of miracles and balance in all things. You are a channel for the greater forces in the universe. With their help, all is possible, but without it, things can be a struggle. Surrender to support from the Great Spirit. You do not have to do everything alone. What? I know. I just said that with that card. I know I said it. Now, these cards do come with a journey, which, if this resonates, you can do this. It says, shapeshift into the white buffalo, and the energy this card brings will multiply tenfold. Imagine that you can feel the power in your muscles and the earth beneath your hooves. Feel the weight of your horns and the warmth of your hide. This calls the deeper energies of white buffalo into your life. So imagine that you're a white buffalo and transform into that in your mind's eye. Feel the power that comes with that. I don't know if you've ever seen a buffalo live and in person, but I did here in Colorado. My mom worked, one of her supervisors or something at work. They had buffalo out on their ranch out east of town. And we went out there for 4th of July. I mean, this was like decades ago, but they had us all get in the back of a pickup truck and we had to be very still and quiet. And they drove us out into the herd of the buffalo that they had. They are huge. Oh my God. I mean, they are like above the, above the pickup truck. Even their backs are above it, and they're just very powerful beings. And so I do love this message for you, Christy. So that is what they have. Many, many blessings for you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. I know, right? Okay. Very good. Yeah. So you are not alone. You are not alone. Beautiful. And we're about 30 minutes away to the end of this session. So just letting everyone know, I will try to get through as many free readings as possible. But if you do want to make sure I do get to your reading, I do honor donations as an energy exchange. And I will make sure I complete yours prioritized and definitely within this session. And then if I'm not able to get down to everyone, which usually the list gets pretty long for the free readings, I'll talk about more options here. And I will be back in about 6 hours, well, when I finish here at 1, it'll be 6 hours that I'll be back this evening as well. All right. So Bhumika Ranjit Batra, you are up next. Does your husband want you and your daughter, to shift your home and go on rent? Okay, let's take a look here. All right. Let's see here. Just get some more clarity real quick here. Okay. So you've got the Four of Swords, which represents peace of mind, which I feel like your husband is saying, let the expectations go. Whatever brings you peace of mind, they are okay with whatever decision you make. There's no judgment. They have no expectations on you. They will always be with you and be next to you, always, 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 always. So whatever you feel comfortable doing, whatever brings you peace of mind, do that, because you have the Eight of Wands and you have the Eight of Pentacles, which for me shows uh, movement, swift movement. And the Eight of Coins, the Eight of Pentacles, is doing the work and movement in the outside world. So I feel like that this does bring you peace of mind, that you are ready to let the home go and go on rent. And because I feel like you'll have abundance because of the sale of the home, possibly, but it brings you opportunities. It allows you to have movement, less to worry about, and more peace of mind. So if this is what brings you peace of mind, he's totally in support of it. Whatever decision you make, no expectations, just love for you. So that's what they have for you there. So I like that for you, Bhumika. So they don't care. A friend of mine, when their husband passed, they asked, what does my husband feel about the urn that I have their ashes in? And they're like, they don't care about anything in the physical world. They're so enamored with being able to experience you and your daughter in ways that they never were able to as a human. Because as soon as we step away, as soon as they stepped away out of their body back into fully spirit, not only did they in the first moment connect with their higher self and realize all the decisions they made, how everything fit together, they also were able to experience, both of you, every emotion that you experienced in your life, all the way back to the womb. And even when you were created, they were able to experience every emotion, every thought, every decision, everything in your life, both you and your daughter, all the way back, and then also all the future ones. And so they are just looking at you in awe and with such unconditional love. You can do no wrong. They're just like, whatever you want to do is great. I support you. I don't care about any of that stuff. They're so focused on being with us and giving us so much love. That's what they focus on. So I like it. So that's what they have. Many, many blessings. All right. And I did get a donation, so thank you so much. And thank you. Yeah, I was going to say, sometimes the name is different on the PayPal than it is on here. So thank you for letting me know. So, yeah, and it doesn't matter about the amounts. I know everyone goes through different abundance in their life and have different abilities financially in their lives. So, guys, please know that I take every donation as a beautiful gift of energy exchange. So thank you so much for that. You want to know, if you were to meet the Leo again, how would they react or feel? All right, let's take a look here. So will the Leo, how would they react or feel? Okay, just get some clarity on one of the places here. Okay. All right. Well, on one side here, because you have a couple cards here. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Eve. So there is this feeling like when you'd meet them again, they would really feel like abundance and fullness and wholeness here, and movement too. So the coins, the pentacles, is the outside world. They really feel like, wow, this is really cool, and feeling abundant and whole. And so definitely these are positive cards that if you were to meet them again, they would be have joy around it. On the other hand, they also the Two of Coins is the balancing card here, that they would feel I feel like they'd feel torn between, some things in their life and conflicted. The Five of Swords would show that, there's conflicting mind, and thoughts and beliefs inside of them, and the Pentacles is about their outside world, like this challenge of balance. I almost feel like there's maybe someone else maybe in their life, and they would bring this conflict up for him here, because, I feel like they might be, um, just, like, tied to someone, because of this string that's coming here too, but that it would really make them, feel like they would be conflicted about, should I stay or should I go? Or, which should I choose? What should I cut out? Should I choose this one or this one? And they're just kind of conflicted with it. And the moon card too is kind of usually there's two towers. So I feel like there's two people, in their life. That the one would be you, that is bringing in this like, wow, they don't know which way to go, which is pretty much a I want to say it's a compliment, because it's like someone that's has such a solid place in their life, and I don't necessarily feel like they're like dating someone, but maybe they were like dating someone, maybe not committed, but they've been like dating someone for quite a while, just not exclusively, like they're like, uh, have this unique, it's complicated relationship, but it's like they're contemplating, cutting that off. Yeah, in a way, it's just weird. It just feels like it's complicated. Like maybe they dated, or maybe they were, I don't think they were married, but they were much more, but then they backed off, and so they have this history and this kind of bond and connection that sometimes they're closer, sometimes they're not, and they haven't really figured everything out, but they're not officially together. Maybe they're on a break, but they still hang out and they still whatever. But but then they're like, oh, I wonder, like that's it's like equal, right? Right. So that's what I feel is kind of, happening with all that. Um, as far as an outcome, well, I feel like they're torn in between. So I don't feel like they've made okay, good. So they've made I don't think he's made a decision. Yeah. I feel like they're still in this decision mode, because with the Three of Swords, there's like this is the disappointment card, where they're afraid to disappoint, and so they kind of feel torn in between, disappointing them, disappointing themselves, disappointing you, and so there's these fears that are just keeping them like, I don't know, I don't know. And well, that makes sense if you have yet to actually see him and meet him. That yeah, again, Two of Wands, torn between two, so they haven't made a decision yet. But I like that it's, you know it's a compliment, that it's like you're on the same scale. It's like they're like, I'm not sure what I want to choose. It's not like a no brainer for them going, you know what? No, I have this history and blah blah blah. No, they're like, wonder which one, which way should I go? Do I want to give up all this history and blah 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 and blah blah blah, or this type of thing. So no outcome yet, which whenever we don't get to the outcome coming through in a reading, it's because it's like the process of the evolution, that you're not supposed to know it, because it's the journey that your soul wants to experience, without knowing the outcome yet. So right now it's the whatever's bubbling up, the insecurities, the anxiety, the excitement, all of it is for you to look at your fears, like your fear of being disappointed and whatever, being let down, any heartbreak, fear emotions, or for you to look at. And then enjoy the excitement too of the adventure of the not knowing, right? But that's what they have for you, Eve. So thank you again so much for your donation. And I'm excited for your adventure. Woohoo! All right. So we'll continue with the free readings here. We had just finished up with Bhumika. And Great Quartz, you are up next for the next free reading. And you have doubts on your career. Take a sip here. What would you like to know about your career? I've been doing good. I'm excited for this new year for sure. It's 2023. Let's go, baby. I hear ya. It's just exciting just to be in the moment and enjoy what is, it feels took a long time to get here, it feels like, but took the perfect time to get to this place. So your doubts on your career, what does Spirit want you to know about your career? Okay. Wow. So you've got you have the Champion of Vessels, which is the Knight of Cups that's coming in. You also have the 10 of Cups coming in, so which is about abundance and overflowing emotionally. So I do like this. So you do have movement that's happening in your heart. And I feel like what the Spirit is saying here is, with your career, when you're having doubts, it kind of is telling you that maybe you might be having these kind of thoughts, the Ace of Swords, thoughts, beliefs, mindsets of what kind of job you're supposed to have and should have and need to have. Maybe career choices have been made by the mind, but the heart in the past has been left out, right? Because when we're younger and our beautiful childlike heart is saying, I'm so excited about there's so much I can do, the rainbow, like this is like our child self when it feels like anything is possible. We're gonna live and boo-doo-doo-doo. And then people are like, you need to get serious and you can't be an astronaut, you can't be a firefighter, do something more. You can't be an artist, all those things that children's dreams are like popped with their, the mind. And it's out of fear, our parents and anyone else are trying to tell us they want us to be able to make a living and have safety. And so their fears are what they use to bust our bubbles. But this is like your heart wants to be heard. Your heart wants to live. It wants to sing. It wants to be a part. It wants to have at least a place at the table and making decisions, which is great. Because the Ace of Swords also, allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, of your higher heart. It allows you to see what is it that would make your heart truly sing. What would, even how, when you came here, how does your heart uniquely want to share the unconditional love within it with the world? And I feel like there's this, if we have doubts, it's because there's something in the mind, a fear of losing conditional love, these fears that are coming in, right? About, well, I'm not going to live up to what I'm supposed to be doing. But when you're living your dream, your heart's dream, there's no doubt, you just know it's your true north, it's your navigation, and you just align everything with this living your dream, and nothing becomes scary. Nothing, it doesn't feel like we're doubting, things. So when you have doubts around your career with these, I feel like it's your heart going, I want to be in control of what our career is because I want to have joy. We know when we wake up in the morning going, "Oh, crud, I gotta go live my dream today." That's not our dream. That's someone else's dream that they gave us. But you wake up in the morning going, "Wow, I woke up before the alarm. I can't wait to get excited and get it into my day because I get to live my dream today in some way, somehow." And in the beginning, it can be like, "Well, I gotta go to this job to have money to put towards steps towards living my dream." Then that's what we do. But that's what they have for your great courts. I'm excited to see what this is. What does your heart really want to do? Let's find out. So that's what they have for you right now. So many, many blessings for you. All right. You're very welcome, Eve. All right. So the next free reading up is Neha, Neha. You want to know what your ex, Abhishek, is feeling for you. Let's take a look here and see what is going on with Abhishek. What is Abhishek feeling towards you right now? Okay. Anything else? So right now he's like in hermit mode. He's really withdrawn back. He's just feeling about himself. So, which is probably like you're like, yep, that is so them. They just pull back. It's all about me. I'm focusing the light on me and my pain and what I want in life and in that type of thing. Because we do have, excuse me, the judgment card, which is double endings and double new beginnings. It's usually their higher self that's calling them to really look at their life. And that's what happens with the Hermit card. The candle is their higher self guiding them in their light. So they've really been pulled back to have them look at themselves, look at what they want in life. What do they want to have happen? What would make them feel the 10 of cups? What is their wish? How do they want? Where do they want to go? Blah, 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 blah. They've got all this stuff reflecting on themselves. So their feelings right now are all about them. They don't have room for anyone else in their heart except for themselves. And again, I feel like you're going like, yeah, that's so them. That's why they're my ex. They just feel about themselves. It's all about them, their emotions, what they want in life. Um, I just feel like they're just so consumed with their own selves that they don't have the only feelings that they have are about how you created feelings for them. It's not about, I wonder how they're doing. I wonder how I made you feel, blah, blah, blah. It's all about, this is what they did that made me feel this way. This is what they did that made me, my. And that's what I feel. Not, not really like narcissistic, but narcissistic. It's all consumed about them right now. And that's what's going on with them, Neo. So thank your lucky stars. Consider it a blessing. If they broke up with you, thank them. Thank you for leaving me because you did me a favor, is what I feel. So that's what they have for you, Nia. So many, many blessings to you. All right, Kritika, you will be the next free reading coming up here. All right, and next action of Anavesh towards you. Let's see here. What do they have here? So next actions of Anavesh. Well, we've got the Ace of Swords here, which is about seeing things from a different perspective, a higher perspective, a change of expectations. Because we had the Three of Wands too, which is a change of direction, heading a different direction. And the Five of Coins does have this energy of abandonment and feeling left out in the cold or left behind and figuring things out as far as their, worth and where they're getting their sustenance from and different things. So I feel like whatever is happening here, that they're having this change of mind and a change of direction because and it has to do with money. It has to do with abundance. It has to do with, again, where they feel they're getting their sustenance and needs from and wants from. So something is changing here, and um, I feel like it's moving away, not moving toward you. Let me see. Let me just get confirmation here. Yeah, because nine of coins, nine of pentacles is more the hermit's journey, more them finding their worth within themselves. So that is more of a pulling away type of energy. So that's what is happening right now. I feel like they're stepping away. Um, and with with this change of mind and change of direction and uh, where they're looking at for their worth, they're kind of just pulling away there. So I don't feel like the actions are towards you. I feel like I said they're um, away, away. So when you're asking next actions towards, it's like actually it's next actions away. And I don't feel like it's like I just feel like, and they kind of do this, don't they? Critique. It kind of feels like they are a rubber band. They move towards you and then they move away from you. Then they move towards you and then they move away from you. They move towards you and then move away from you. You're just like, oh my gosh, make up your mind. And it feels like they are in their moving away from you phase, because I don't feel like it's permanent. Because will they eventually start moving back towards you again? Yeah. So, Two of Wands depends on the moment in the day, don't it? It's like they move towards you, they move away, they move toward and then away. So they're currently on their movement away. And I asked to see if it was going to be permanent or not, and they're just like, no, it's just going back and forth. So that's where we're at right now, Kritika. I know. Patience, patience. But that's what we have going on. So hang in there. Sending you lots of love and light. All right. All right. And thank you so much, Eve, for your second donation. So we will take care of your additional question. Let me see here. Okay, there it is. I was like, I didn't overlook it, did I? So if you take the right actions, what are the chances there's a chance to see within the next 3 months? All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about this? Okay. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh, how funny. It's funny because you got the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands for February, March, 2 and 3. That's funny. Let's take a look here. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I like this for you. Because you got the Two of Wands, which is, like you saying, taking the right action, right? So whatever you focus on is what grows, right? So if you focus on what you're fearing or what you have in your life that you don't want or what you feel is missing, that energy grows. But if you focus on what you do want, what you're grateful for, that expands as well. And you have the three. So, like I said, you got the two and the three, the February and the March. And the Three of Wands is I feel like February is more, you know, the choosing and the planning, because the Two of Wands can be the planning energy, and the Three of Wands is actually the direction, the changing of direction, the movement type of card as well. So I feel like you do uh, make the decisions, you put things into action. You might adjust plans a little bit, but I do feel that it's more the beginning of March or the March time frame is when you actually do make the movement because you do have the Two of Vessels, which would be the love card coming in. So, when you're asking, is there a chance that you'll see them? Yes. And then also you have the Chariot, which is movement, victory, and choice cards too. So again, really reiterating here that the choices that you make, uh, do uh, bring these things to fruition here for you, where you do get to meet them. So you definitely have very positive cards here for that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, an absolute yes, because this definitely does that. Yeah, because I mean, this card alone is romance, it's togetherness, seeing each other, and the Chariot card is movement in a positive direction, victory. So I do like it. So that's what they have for you. Again, thank you for your second donation too. Very, very positive energy. You have powerful energy to move forward. So I like it. All right. And so we have a couple more minutes here. Um, so now is we'll be moving here. May Hooper, you'll be my last free reading for this because I'm hitting my 2-hour mark. So anyone else, if you do want me to complete your reading in this session, a donation of any kind is all it takes. I do honor that, and so I will make sure I complete it in this session. If I was not able to get to your reading, huge apologies. I try to get through as many readings as possible in 2 hours, but of course, the list does get very long very fast. Um, I will be back in 6 hours for my evening session. I'll also be back tomorrow morning and then tomorrow night. And I am here Wednesday through Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain and Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain. Um, if you need an answer right away and you're not able to make it to another one of the sessions, I do offer a lot of free content as well. And if you click on my name, the Brothers and Mystic Tarot, it'll take you to the playlists on my main page. And I have pick a card readings about romance and abundance and a bunch of subjects. I usually put out a pick a card once a week, every week. So there's a lot of them out there with messages from spirit and weekly energy updates, monthly readings for each zodiac sign. All those weekly energy updates are by zodiac sign. Solstice equinox readings, a lot of free content. So all that is free too. And if you follow your heart, spirit will guide you to those videos with the messages for you there too. I do offer personal readings on a sliding price scale. All that information is listed in the description box of the video down below. And I also have a giveaway. Let me just grab that here. That I have every couple weeks on some opportunity to win some free readings. So if you haven't checked that out, then here's the video for that on how you can enter that. I think that's it. So again, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help my channel grow. It helps spread the Zen love. So thank you for all of you that have given the video a thumbs up. It's free and it seems like a small thing, but it really does help. So thank you for being a part of the love tsunami. All right. So May, you would like to know Josh's feelings towards you right now. So let's take a look here. Let's see what they have. All right. What is Josh feeling towards me? All right. Cards are a-flying. All right. So we have the Six of Coins, the Six of Pentacles, and this, when we're asking about like relationship and feelings, this is usually the codependency awareness card, which is about these feelings of needing to overgive in a relationship that come back from like early childhood. So, um, I feel like they do feel like they want to give you a whole lot, especially here with the Champion of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands, which is passion, drive. It's one of the fastest moving knights out of them all. And they want to move quickly to give you a lot. I mean, it does feel like a new journey here too with the Fool card, which is leaving old ways of thinking behind and moving into new ways of thinking, or old cycles behind, and starting a new adventure. So I really feel like they have a lot of passion, a lot of wanting to move forward and start a new journey with you. Um, and this is the only thing I'd be aware of, is both their tendency to overgive in a relationship and not allow you to give, and also being aware of your tendency to want to overgive, and not allow them to give a whole lot because of the exchange rate that you have been taught growing up, that you have to over give to deserve a little bit back. And that might just be a little bit of a challenge for you both to realize where that comes from. Because if you want to give a whole bunch, but they won't allow you to give, and they want to give you a whole bunch, but you can't, because of that exchange rate, if they give you a whole lot, you have to give a whole lot. It scares both of you. And so I feel like you guys are being a wonderful mirror for one another in this overgiving department. And it'll be very revealing for both of you, and a very nice expansion of how you feel about yourselves and what you feel you're worthy of to receive from each other. So I like it for you, May. So proceed slowly though, because you guys got to work that piece out. So even though they want to rush with that, that Knight of Wands, whoa, that horse down. All right. So that's what they have for you, May. So many, many blessings to you. All right. All right. So I don't see any other donations in. So that'll be the last reading for this session. And so, like I said, I'll be back in about 6 hours for the evening session. Check out the playlists if you are needing answers right away. If you want to book a reading with me on a sliding price scale, they're pretty affordable. All that information is in the description box of the video down below. Check out the drawing and enter that, because I know I've got more than 15, probably approaching 30 or more last time I had checked. So I will be giving away a 30-minute personal recorded reading, most likely a 45-minute personal recorded reading. And even if I get up 45 or more comments on the video, I'll be giving away also a 1-hour personal recorded reading. So stay tuned for that. All right, everybody. Thank you again so much for all your love, all your support, and for being here, and for your thirst of seeking spirit and answers from spirit. And just remember, as you go throughout every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So have a great day, a great night, wherever you're out in the world, and we'll see you soon. Until then, much love to you. Take care.